What's everybody? JP here with the Leprechaun Fantasy Workshop. It finally came. I'm so excited. Like it's wonderful. I did cheat a little bit. There was some they call them encounters that I had special ordered, as well as the expansions and the core set. And since I want to get into painting as soon as possible on the channel, I do have a number of those down in my basement in the spray booth, and so I've already primed those, so those are drying, and so we'll not be able to show those things, but yeah, I want to get into painting videos. We're going to do weekly painting videos at this point. I've got to figure out a time that I can make that happen. We're going to do that as well. So yeah, we're going to get into it. As I said before, as the description says, this is a live unboxing of the Bones 5 Kickstarter. Came out in like 2019, I believe it was. I was in the 12th wave, and I have been dying for this stuff for a very long time. It makes me laugh thinking back to what I had, like, setup wise. Like I've hundreds of hours of, not even hundreds, tens of thousands probably of hours of print on my 3D printers. I have another room now of D&D stuff. So a lot of things have changed, but I'm still would have special ordered all this stuff the same as I would before. They actually reopened. If you guys are interested in it, I believe they reopened it so you can buy some of the surplus stuff. I did re-log in and buy a couple more things of siege engines is what I was looking for. So, yeah, we're going to get into it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I did not open any of these. The bags, yeah, like some of these are the expansion sets. And there's a couple more in a box down here. So, yeah. So, let's just get into it. Core set. They did the, like, Pizza Dragon thing was there. And then you got some of the miniatures in there. Escape from Pizza Dungeon. Very cool. All this stuff, by the way, is completely unpainted. You're not going to be able to... I don't know if this will appear on shelves. I know some of the stuff does, but then some of it never does. So, I thought I got all the tape, but I guess I didn't. I didn't see that one. So, I don't know if this is all sealed in one big bag. It is. Okay. So, I want to keep this stuff separate, though, because I want to go through, I want to be able to, they're broken, the expansions are broken down by, Greek heroes, dungeon dwellers, and then these two are like, shipwreck, pirates, skeletal pirates, and deep sea creatures. So I want to keep those separate, just because my priorities for painting are based on certain things. So now I'm not gonna, just so you guys know, I don't want to bring out like, oh, we're gonna see everything in here. There is hundreds of bags of each one of these, I imagine. So I'm not going to pull every single thing out. A lot of the pieces for Bones are in separate pieces you have to put together. I'm going to look through each one. We'll talk about it. And then I will do a, let me know in the comments if there's something you want me to see paint in the near future versus some other stuff. But I'm not going to be able to pull everything out of the bag and go, hey, look at this, or like that. Just for the sheer sake of volume. I promise you, most of this will be on the channel. Like that, I do promise. If I'm going to be painting it, I'm going to start just doing painting on the channel, live stream. So, alright, so, first things first, I don't know if these are labeled at all. They're not. This is like a ghost. It's like an invisible dragon, I guess. I don't know if you can see. See, it's made in China. Yeah, there's wings. Again, multiple pieces, parts. It looks like a That doesn't look like a dragon in any way, shape, or form. It's got little arms. Maybe these are like ghost figures with wings or something. I don't know. So we're gonna go through this stuff. I don't remember the whole core set, to be honest with you. It's been 2 years. These look like, so here you go, you got a golem. Like a flesh golem. I think this is the bag of spell stuff. You got, yeah. So you can look in there, there's like the flying sword, stuff like that. So they have like spell, spell pieces. What else do we got here? Alright, so here's like a wraith figure. Again, these are all like separate pieces. That's why I don't want to take them out. You know, lose the head to this or that. Yeah, you can see there's, you know, these are all really well sculpted too. I mean, you can see it through the plastic. It's got a flaming sword. There's a already, you know, built pedestal, so I'm not going to be putting a base on him. These look like more spell effects. So, like Bigby's hand. Come on, focus. This one's clear, so I don't know how well it's gonna... Alright, there you go. So you can see, like, Bigby's hand. The wall effect, the wall spell, the tangle. Come on. Like, the tangle vines is there. So that won't so much need so much painting, I imagine. I didn't know that they came out with it until later. I think it was a late edition or late add-on, and as soon as they opened their pledge manager, you know, here's what I want, and I'm out. And they added a Bigby's hand that's a middle finger, and I couldn't resist. I have to, because I know as a spellcaster, if I cast Bigby's hand, and I couldn't move a turn or something like that, or couldn't use it for a combat, I'd have it flip them off. So these are a bag of kobolds, which is bad because I already have like 1 million kobolds. But I can't complain. You can't have too many. That's not true. I have this. Adding this to the collection will probably put me in the 50s, probably somewhere in there. So, I don't even know what these guys are. They look like just random minis. You know, all apart. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff in here. I mean, this is like opening up Legos, and they have, you know, the bags separated by certain colors or certain types. There's so many things here, and a lot of them don't associate with others. This looks like to be a bunch of skeletal fighters. So you can see, you know, one of them there, another one there. There was a wolf in there, like a dire wolf or a regular wolf. So much stuff. We're gonna paint it all. It's gonna take me probably 2 years to paint it all. Trying to look for stuff that's distinct in here. Let's just open. These look like to be individually wrapped. That's the thing too. Like, I mean, you've got, you know, a big bag, but then you've got more bags inside of them. So this looks to be like an orc figure. You can see his back. So, oh, it's gonna be so cool. There's so much stuff here, guys. And like I said, they opened their pledge manager again. If you go into type in Reaper Bones 5, this looks to be like some sort of lich. Come on, stop focusing on my face. Yeah, so like a lich figure. Missing his head. but yeah, guys, there's a lot of stuff in here. I saw a Yanti. I don't think that's what they call them, but this looks to be like a flying wolf. Like it's like a wolf figure, but it's got wings in there. I imagine those go on there. This looks to be an elemental. Again, it's clear, so it's gonna be difficult to see, but it looks to be a elemental-like figure. So, I mean, I know I'm sharing a bunch of this stuff right now, and you guys can't really see a bunch of it, but I will say this is not me, again, advertising for them. If you're interested in checking out more in detail what they have in Reaper Bones 5, I think they reopened the Pledge Manager not just for people who were only in the Kickstarter. I think you can still go in. Now, the core set, I think, was like $120. And then each one of these was like $60. Yeah, I spent money. But for the amount of miniatures you're getting, I mean, I've still got tons of, guys, this is where we're, I didn't pick them all up. I couldn't. We're still in the core set. I haven't even opened any of those, plus the, these are like golem-like stone people. I don't know, gronkles, or whatever you want to call them. Like boulder people. Whole bag of them. So, yeah, I mean, give it a look. More like winged things. Oh, this is a cool figure, so I don't know what else it goes with, but here's like a woman with like a falcon. Focus. Cover over that side. There you go. You see down there, he's holding a falcon. And this is going to take some time to sort and go through. I mean, here's a bag. I ordered a bag. Here, I'll even show you. I can actually go through that one because it's not sealed. So, I will show these because these are really easy to go through because they're individually wrapped. And they're in Ziploc bags. So, this bag is marked Townsfolk. So, to give you an idea, it's going to take me hours just to unbag everything. So here's like a little... Oh, it's going to be hard to show you guys. Come on. It's like a little child figure. I mean, that's the level of detail. Now, you're getting a different look than you would with like WizKids. I think I made my autofocus mad. You're gonna get a different look, a different sculpt than you would with WizKids. It's gonna be different, but it's, in my opinion, just as, I don't want to say all miniatures are created equal. There's some that are not. But there are some that are just amazing. This is it says Henchmen on it. And what I really love, I have to show this miniature because it made me laugh. I don't want to take it out of the bag because it's just getting ridiculous trying to unbag each thing. But again, we're going to have a hard time. All right, that was better. If you can see him, it's a guy holding a 10-foot pole. That has cracked me up. That's, whoever sculpted this figure knows something about old D&D. Old D&D, that was a thing. Like Tomb of Horrors, you would have a 10-foot pole with you, and that's how you would test stuff. you know, traps and stuff. The range would be like 10 feet. And so you could you could stick it in the demon mouth's mouth, and oh, the tip's gone now. Like, that's probably not safe. So, yeah, very cool. So those are the townsfolk and the henchmen, and the henchmen are just like, I mean, they don't even have to be like henchmen. They're like dungeon dwelling or adventurers kind of figures. They're great looking poses. Villagers are all, if I had a complaint about the villager, they're all almost like they're posing for a picture. All of them. Like standing there just like looking at you, waiting for you to take the picture. But I have a bunch of other townsfolk that are very animated and, you know, throwing up a pose, that kind of stuff. And those are from Reapers, so I'm fine with that. But, I mean, it's like 20 townsfolk. So if you need to build a basic town, there you go. So what I was talking about with this one, this bag, it looks to be like like a bunch of adventurers, like wise women. This might be the adventurer bag. Yeah, I mean, there's archers. There's a scholar holding open a book with a quill. He's gonna be great to paint. So we're definitely. Oh, I have to share this. There you go. I don't want to say fat, but like a motherly matron woman with a spoon, it looks like. I mean, again, these are great poses. I mean, and these are almost like townsfolk. I wouldn't even say these are adventurers. I mean, I can use them as adventurers, some of them. But some of them are just great as NPCs. These look like to be zombies. I mean, again, we're not even into the other stuff. These are like tree folk, elves, elf rangers, it looks like, with bows. Yeah, a bunch of archer. There was I think for the thing there was like 8 or 9 different ranger elf poses. And again, I said this was $120 for the core set. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bags for the core set. Henchmen and the villagers are not in the core set, by the way. Don't want to false advertise or anything like that. I'm not advertising at all. They're not paying me anything. I paid them. This is the armory set, so if you're looking for poses of like suits of armor, weapons on weapon racks, some shields, that's this. Bear with me, we're all good. Okay. It's my work phone. Never off work. I have no idea what this is. They're all, I don't know why, but they're all like missing their heads frequently. I mean, I imagine that's like for the molding process. I mean, again, these look like to be adventurers. And when I'm saying like these are adventurers, I'm talking about like adventure like poses, but it's not like 1 or 2 in here. There's probably like 7 or, I mean, inside this one bag, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags. Plus there's a miniature that's not even in a bag. It's right there. They put stuff in bags that are in, you know, cut up in multiple pieces. This is cool. I don't know if you want to do a Charlie Brown. This looks like the pumpkin beast. I think it's on the box. Yeah. The pumpkin beholder kind of like figure. Here he is. Like I said, it comes in bunches of pieces. That's why I don't want to open these right now. But we're going to be painting these through the stream. I just need to settle on a day that, you know, works. So these are like ring wraiths. They're the looks like to be like Black Riders kind of things. These are definitely gonna get painted very, very soon. I might leave those aside. I want to call these Khajiits because I've been playing a lot of ESO. Tabaxis. So a bunch of catfolk. This is what I really like is, although there's so much stuff, there's a bunch of miniatures that WizKids has not gotten around to making yet, which drives me crazy. You know, furballs, tabaxis. I mean, sure, you can pull one or two, but every miniature, it seems like, is an elf or a human or they're getting better, but there's not a lot of diversity in their miniatures. They're all, you know, kind of the same. This looks to be a giant a giant plant trap, like a man trap, like you know, like the plant. So I mean, you can't really see. Again, I'm looking at a bag full of a bunch of details. It's gonna be one of those things that I need to take several days and lay everything out and then paint it one at a time. I think what I'm gonna have to do, because there's so much stuff. Here you go. Here's the pizza dragon, the mascot of the whole thing. I think what I'll have to do is just go by and label all this stuff. What I want to prioritize. Is this first? Is this second? This is cool. These are the child adventurers. Now, I would probably never use these in... Hold on, come on. Block everything. Ooh, zoom in on it. So, it's like a kid adventurer. Which is really cool. This whole bag is Kid Adventures. So, I mean, that I want to do for like a one-shot. You know, like almost like a Rugrats kind of thing. Like everybody's a kid and you're using your imagination to go on an adventure. I love going through bags of miniatures, going through boxes and that kind of stuff, because you start... I don't want to say it gets your creative juices going, but it's one of those things where, how can I use this? How's this? And when you get a bundle like this, it's like, oh, that tells a story for itself. Alrighty. So that is roughly the core set. Let's go to Greek Odyssey. Now, these are all, like I said, themed to, you know, different expansions. I'll probably be able to show these a little bit better. So, Pegasus. Here, I'll try and show you some of the artwork on the box. You've got, like, a, called a hill giant, probably a centaur, a harpy. I mean, you could call it a stone giant. Based on, I mean, she's blue, and I mean, that kind of matches the whole... Again, these are not sculpts to the, you know, what you'd find in a Monster Manual. This is by Reaper, so, you know, there's a license thing. A Hydra, which definitely is in here, which would be cool, because I already have a Hydra, so it'll be another one to add to my collection. I love this figure. It's almost like a Centurion Golem, which is going to be pretty cool. It's got, like, ram fists. There you go, Minotaur. Here we can. Some of these are Ziploc bags. I can open these and just pop them right back in. I don't want to open the other bags, you know, and then they fall out. And then... So. I feel like I need like a paper or something to hold behind it. Let's see if we can do that. Ignore the paint on my hands. I was spray painting. So, very cool. I think the next one is even better. I believe this is Cerberus. The three-headed, yeah, Cerberus, the three-headed dog. Again, these are all in multiple pieces. Here's that Centurion Golem I was talking about. The Nemean Lion. If you're wondering, like, are you making up names? Because it's not labeled. The Nemean, I know Greek mythology very well. It's like in college. Greek mythology. I get kind of sketchy when you go into, you know, Thor and Loki and, you know, Celtic mythology, Norse mythology. I don't even know what this figure is. Maybe a Cyclops? It's holding a goat in his head. I can't find his head, though. His head is missing. Yeah, Cyclops. That's awesome. The Cyclops for WizKids is only a large miniature. It's rather small, so this is great. I want to have something bigger that's more imposing. And I actually did write a side quest involving a Cyclops. Maybe we'll do that as an encounter sometime. But yeah, that's definitely gonna be the miniature I use for that. This appears to be the Hydra. To be honest, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed. There's a ton of stuff that I have here. A lot smaller than I thought it'd be. I mean, it's still gonna need a huge base, but I think the other Hydra I have is bigger and better. I can't remember if it's... I think I have the Pathfinder Hydra. But, although, I mean, I still really like this. This is more of the Greek traditional Hercules fighting the Hydra kind of thing. Thought it'd be a lot bigger, though. Here's that Centaur. Again, a large pose, a very aggressive-looking pose. Awesome. The other Centaurs are kind of small in regular D&D. Another Pegasus. And then this is a whole bunch of like the smaller stuff. Looks like the Harpies, a couple animals, some like Amazonians. Oh, this is cool. These are like Greek statues. Column statues. Very, very, very cool. So that's like the Greek Odyssey. Again, if you guys are interested in this kind of stuff, it is, for the time being, and I don't know if it's, I mean, check out Reaper Bones 5, the Kickstarter. I don't know if the pledge manager is open to anybody at this point. I'm just letting you know, check it out. Maybe it is. But it's, you know, it's other, like the people like I ordered beforehand what I wanted. So it's like a pre-book thing. And I think it's, once the inventory is gone, it's gone. There's no, you can't reorder this. This is not going to be, something stocked in stores, as far as I know. I mean, some of it might be, but... So we're gonna look at the Dungeon Dweller set. So already you got like a looting dragon, like a red dragon. I don't know, like an ogre. So like troll, more kobolds, because God, who doesn't want more kobolds? Treasure piles. Looks like some orcs or orc adventurers. An owlbear. I like that owlbear pose. The other ones I have, like I have the snow owlbear. And it looks like, I mean, it's adorable. Like, I mean, it's just one of those things of, it's just cute. Like you want to snuggle with it, not fight it. The other, I have another owlbear that came in. It was one of my first miniatures. I got it in a set. You know, like the paint your owlbear set or whatever, like that came with a set of paints. Here's the troll we were talking about. Succubus. With the orc I mean, this could be even an adventure. That's not even an orc. That's like a king-like figure. He's got a crown on his head. Yeah, these could be adventurers. Just dude dual wielding dagger and sword. Same. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say false advertising. I mean, it's still like a large mini, but I thought he'd be a lot bigger. I thought he'd be like, you know, not the same size for that orc mini, but although the sculpt is amazing. I mean, all these sculpts are highly detailed. These are cool, you know, for sorry, I just zoomed in big on my head. Hey, here I am. Yeah, Cobalt Slinger. This looks like to be a halfling holding a torch. I mean, like I said, there is so much stuff in here. Cobalt Archer. Another halfling with a dagger, so like a rogue-like figure. Yeah. So, for this set, for the Dungeon Dwellers, this is all like miniatures. Like, I mean, these are all miniatures, obviously. But I mean, like figure miniatures, not like your big bads, your that kind of thing. Like you're getting large monsters or a lot of things you have to build. Here's that owlbear. We can take him out of the bag. That's a great pose too. Now, I wonder if this is a reproduction or a, you know, or a best of for the Dungeon Dwellers, just because the base says 2018 on this. Like I said, this Kickstarter was made back in 2019 is when it started. Bones 5 started in 2019. Yeah, the dragon, the treasured dragon, he's got 2020 on him. So, but one thing I do know I need to do from handling them, I'm gonna have to literally wash these. I can feel the mold release on them. So, yeah, here's all those orcs. So again, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, this bag's got probably, I don't know, 10 to 20 figures inside of it. I mean, it's just, and that's the thing. Like, if you're looking to build miniatures, because I know I made a video about this a while back. If you're looking to build a miniature collection, which I obviously have, but if you're looking to start it, this is where I would tell you the first thing to do. Yes, I dropped probably $400 or $500 2 years ago. You know, you have to pay for the initial, you know, what you're gonna go, and then it's something that I could have set up. What I did do, I set aside money for my D&D budget, or whatever you want to call it. You don't have to pay everything right up off the bat up front. You know, I paid the $120, which got me into the Kickstarter for the core set, and then they put up the pledge manager. I saw all the expansions, and then you just go through like a shopping list and add to cart, and then you have to pay the additional whatever it is beyond your pledge. And I mean, you don't have to do it the day of. You can, you know, take some, so you have an idea what you want, how much. And again, it's a good way to build for as much as I spent. Let's say I spent, I don't remember, it was 2 years ago. Let's say I spent $500. It's a lot of money. But I definitely have over 500 miniatures. And there's some big ones in here. I haven't even shown you, like, the big bags. I'm priming most of them, but the ones that were just figures, I was doing all the terrain first. So this is a giant just to give you an idea how many pieces and parts and all this stuff. All right, I just lost all their legs. This is a giant black dragon that's gonna fit together. It's I gotta find his legs. I don't want to miss a part. That's the one downside to. I've had it happen one time with Reaper. I bought a miniature and it was missing like an arm. There's nothing I can really do. It's got that big, empty socket on it. Now, it wasn't their fault. But I will blame myself for that one. But try to be careful. That's again why I don't open a lot of these bags. But, like this dragon was, I think, $8, maybe $12, something like that. If you're looking for it on the website, Argonax Dragon is what it's called. They named all their dragons. But yeah, I mean, I've got probably from this whole set, I probably have, I don't know, like 10 more dragons between the boxes and the boosters, and then something I've been wanting for a long time, which is already being primed, so I can't show it to you right now, is a giant spider. I've been wanting I mean, I have large spiders and stuff like that from WizKids, the phase spider and those kind of, like, those figures, and they're on a large base. I wanted a ungodly big spider that didn't look like I went to a child store and bought a rubber spider like a tarantula. I wanted a, like, Shelob or Angolian. And if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, yes, I'm talking about Lord of the Rings. Angolian, the literal mother of spiders. She was so big that she destroyed the 2 trees and ate, devoured them. She became so hungry that she devoured herself. I mean, the monster spider, but she's the mother of Shelob, the spider that attacks Frodo in the on the pass. And then also, fun fact, the spiders in Mirkwood, if you've watched the movie, which sorry Peter Jackson, but it's Radagast the Brown actually has a line where he says they're the brood of Ungoliants, or I'm not a wizard. He's saying that they're the children of Ungoliant, those spiders, the giant spiders of the woods. But yeah, that was something I was really excited for. I mean, it's big. It's gonna, when it's all together, it's gonna be this big. I mean, like I said, a couple more dragons. There's some more dwarven stuff. I needed some dwarven scatter terrain. I bought it way back before I actually built and 3D printed my Erebor building, so that'll be interesting. Going more into this, these look like I don't know what these are. Like wraiths or something along those lines. Again, everything's got tons of miniatures in them. This doesn't even say what they are. They're cool. I mean, this dude looks like a Norse god. He's got skulls on him. So I'm thinking a bunch of necromancers or that kind of thing. Like, that's the thing. I love this stuff too, because it's not like WizKids where it's like, this is the miniature from this on page whatever of the monster manual. Reaper Bones, it's like going through one of those comic books back in the day, the fantasy comic books, high fantasy, watching a high fantasy movie and just going, everything make into a miniature. Boom. That's what Reaper Bones is. It's awesome. Like, it's, it's just high fantasy. It's like watching Conan the Barbarian and they made miniatures of it. So yeah. These are more, so some of these are the bags that I opened, from the sets, because I have a whole bunch of stuff, like, I have, like, a siren singing in a pool, because, again, I wanted a lot of water stuff, so, because that's where I'm weak at. I don't have a lot of water stuff, and I'm getting better at snow stuff. I've been adding to the collection, and WizKids just, I think, decided we need to do more water, or winter stuff. So they have Snowbound coming out, and then I just bought a brick or two of the Icewind Dale of them. I did an unboxing of it. You guys know. You guys know. So, yeah. So these sets go with these. Like, there's one that's like an open drawbridge ruin with skeletons. That's what this is from. These are more skeleton warriors from that. There is a ton of dwarves. Like, I have so many dwarves. Like, I mean, I already had a lot of dwarves, but I got a lot more. The only downside is they're all individually wrapped. So, I mean, I kind of want to do... I don't know how many there are here. Let me see. There's a lot of them. Alright, so this guy's like invisible blue. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 dwarves here. I kind of want to do, if you're thinking where my mind's going, I only need, 4 more, and I can do the 13 dwarves from The Hobbit and paint all their cloaks. The cloaks from, I don't know, that's how big of a Tolkien nerd I am. Like, The Hobbit's my favorite book of all time. I've read it probably twice every year since I was in 2nd grade. I love that book. Anyways, but yeah, I think that'd be something cool to do. I don't know. I'll have to think about doing that. I like that idea, though. Having the whole Dwarven set. I might have to go on Reaper, though, because I don't want to do like a Whiz Kids mix in with... I want to have one whole set, and they all match body size, body type. But I really like that idea of doing... I need a fat one for Bomber. I'm not judging fat people. Bomber's fat. Read the book. Like, he's literally is famous for being fat. At the end of his story, he gets so fat that he just can't fit out of his home. Like, that's... Tolkien wrote that. I didn't do it. Yeah. So, very cool. And this comes from, like, that Dwarven terrain set I was talking about. Here's some spiders and creepy crawlies, if you guys are not comfortable with them. Sorry, but... giant spiders. These are, like, again, these would be, like, the... I could use from the Ungoliant thing. And then something I really like, they have, like, bodies who have been woven in webs. Like, here's I could use this as a player character who's been, wrapped up as a marker or an NPC. It's just the level of detail, the level of thought is just great. I love it. More skeletal. This is a skeletal rider on a horse. And then another skeletal fighter. That one just by himself. And again, we still haven't cracked into, I got two more boxes, guys. Like, it's you get so much. Like, this is my first Reaper Bones that I've ever bought into, and I am already excited for Bones 6. Like, I know they haven't shipped out a ton of stuff, but I'm excited for Bones 6. It's well worth the cost, in my opinion. And, I mean, you get a picture of what their concept art is for everything. So, although they haven't sculpted some of it or whatever like that, and I'll tell you right now, Bones, I mean, you can follow Reaper on Twitch, if you're on Twitch right now. They have been updating their base forever. Like, I mean, since day one. Here's where we're at. I mean, even after it closed, it's not like we got your money, we don't need you anymore. Since day one, here's this, here's the update. Here are the sculpts for this. They're very, and then they're also, I mean, I follow them. There's a couple people I've started watching that are associated with Reaper, and they do like painting tutorials and that kind of stuff. It's great. I mean, this is awesome. So it's like a giant, like, shipwreck giant. I don't know what else to call him. I mean, I can have it almost like a Neptune figure. Like he, rules the waves, and your players have to, face off from him. I thought there was a dragon turtle. I think this is Cthulhu. I don't know. When there's so many pieces apart, they do that for the sculpts because they're extremely detailed and something. But there's multiple pieces separated. That giant spider I was talking about is, I don't know, like 10 or 12 pieces separate. I have a giant war mammoth that is like this big. He is, or she, I don't want to judge, is separately, I think, 15 pieces. So it's hard to differentiate until you start putting them together and then start painting them, that kind of thing. So here's some good stuff. It looks like a great white shark, depending on how you paint them. Hammerhead shark. I don't know what that, is it a bull shark? Yeah, bull shark. Scuba diver. You'll learn your sharks. Bunch of shark fins, that's cool. WizKids came out with one. They have a great white shark that's broaching the water. This looks like a giant clam. I thought they had one with a pearl in it. Yeah, so there you go. So like hammerhead shark. There's some, we call them, Kuatoa. Yeah, Kuatoa figure, kind of like things. A clam with a giant pearl in its mouth. Stingray. I like this. It's like a crab-like beholder. I love that they've got. I know they don't have their license for beholders and that kind of stuff. Eye creature, whatever. Sea beholder. Well, I don't know. Solid mermaid. Yeah, I mean, let's just pull this guy out. I mean, this is a big miniature. This in the top of his head, but I mean, it's massive. It's awesome. I mean, look at the base. How big the base is for this guy. I don't know how he fits on there. I mean, there's a. Yeah, there is like a mounting stick. So he'll be, floating above the water. I forget what these are called, like paleosaurs or something like that. Oop, and there goes his head. 1 second, guys. I have to... It's gonna sound wrong. I'm not gonna say that. So cool. So cool. And I mean, these are not like chintzy. I mean, I don't want to say chintzy. These miniatures too. I mean, I know you can't feel what I'm feeling when I'm holding them, but this is not like I went out and like they're not molded plastic like hollowed cheap snap-togethers. By the way, these things are solid. The miniatures are completely solid, heavy duty. They don't snap together like a car model or something like that. Like two halves of the engine, and now you have a whole engine. It's not chintzy like that. These are fully inject molded. I think that's what it's called. And I mean, and they're highly detailed. Some assembly required. Also, I mean, this is not a complaint from me. I don't care about this kind of stuff, but there is no instructions to these, so you kind of. I mean, now granted, how the pieces work is their peg holes are generally only one way to put it in, unless you force it in and smother super glue on it. But yeah, it's some assembly required, and you got to figure it out, which is for me half the fun. This is like a seahorse. I don't know. This kind of reminds me of the Loch Ness Monster. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but come on. Gives me a very Nessie vibe. So, and then here we go. We got a lot of the miniatures. So a lot of the Ukatoa-like figures, like mermen throwing up water spouts. More mermen, which is great because I need those kind of figures. This is like a part shark, part man with a fishing hook. Yeah, these are... So this is the depths, by the way, the depth set. You know, that mermaid figure is actually a lot bigger than I thought it'd be. That's a big miniature for what I thought it'd be. And then there's like a Poseidon like merman kind of thing, like the king. He's got a crown or like that. I love that. Give me a, you know, a court. There's, all right. So there's a whole bunch of mer people. There's 3, 4, 5. I mean, so there you go. You got your whole encounter. There's a whole court in here. The giant sea eel. Guys, this is awesome. And we're going to get to paint all these together. Or just me and you watch the video afterwards. And I yammer on to myself for hours. Could be that too. I'm fine with that. And when I tell you guys, like, this box, it's not like, you know, it's crammed full. Like, it... If I open this top here, it is measured exactly to, I mean, you're getting what, like, $60. You get what you paid for. Like, it's, there's more than 60 miniatures in here. I promise. I think. It might not actually be more than 6. Oh, there's more than, there's a lot more than 60 pieces. Let's give you that. Does it say how many are in here? I'll be like, there's 60, and you count me, and you're like, JP lied to me. It says over 30 highly detailed Bones Black miniatures. So, I mean, I don't know. I can't count. Math is hard. Learning's hard. Another set that I was really excited for. If you guys have seen my whole setup, my D&D room, I'll probably do a video sometime, not a live stream, but an actual video to share. I have like a fleet of ships. I love water, ocean, navies, that kind of stuff. I've got undead ships. I've got regular fishing vessels. I've got the whole big pirate merchant ships. All that hobbabaloo. So this is the Brinewind. This is a lot of like nautical-esque. So, like, I don't know, like a drowned, I don't know, revenant maybe, something like that. I mean, again, you can use them how you want. Who doesn't like, you know, 2 skeletal pirate-like figures drinking rum? These look like some pirate folks. This dude looks like a straight-up serial killer. I mean, it's just sailor-like figures. There's a lot of skeletal pirates, you know, skeletal merchantmen. Don't want to call them pirates. That's a derogatory term to upstanding sailors. Yeah, again, now I have even more. You could call these villagers. These are and so you got a, you know, figure playing the accordion. Zoom in. Right? I mean, just a regular natural NPC that'll look great in any tavern or yeah, I mean, these are a bunch of sailors. This looks to be either, this is like definitely a halfling with a wine goblet. Thought like a kid for a second. I mean, this right here, that looks like a sea witch or a sea hag, honestly. I mean, she's got a mermaid-like tail. But, I mean, she's got a eel wrapped around her, and let's just say she doesn't look too Friendly. Also, there's there's skulls on the base around her. So I don't think that, you know, she's up to friendliness. I have no idea what race this is. Maybe a lizard folk or a cobalt. But a cobalt pirate? Do not have one of those. Do I want one? Yes. Yes, I do. Now I have one. Awesome. This is that orc maybe or ogre that's dragging a cart full of supplies for his ship. I like that kind of stuff. Like, I hate that people always are like, oh, it's an ogre, it's an orc, it's a, you know, it's a kobold, it's a goblin, it's got to be a bad guy. Mix it up, you know? I mean, that makes sense too. Like, what happens if, like, goblins, kobolds, you know, they have their own ship. You know, they're pirates or they're not pirates. They're, you know, they're just their own. You know, a lot of people alienate them anyways. I don't know what kind of... It looks like almost like a weasel or a stout. But again, like a captain. He's got like a captain tri-corner hat on. I love, you know, other races being, you know, implemented. This looks to be like the whole Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. He's got like muscles and growth all over him. I'll have to look up these. I mean, these sailor-like figures. They're not humanoid. I mean, they're humanoid, but they're not. They're like they're not. Keep on wanting to say Khajiits. Tabaxis, but at the same time, they're not. I don't know. It's a race that's not, you know, I think stipulated in the game, so you can make them something else. Reminds me of. You ever played or ever watched Redwall? It's just like a captain in front of the mast with a steering wheel, which is cool. None of the ships I have a actual helm's wheel on it, so I can just. I mean, I don't have to have the figure on at the helm. I can use this and then have the pirates elsewhere. That's cool. Just a giant anchor. So if I'm doing a ocean, the bottom of an ocean floor encounter, that kind of thing, here's an anchor. You've got to have seen the movie to get what I'm talking about, but Jaws, when they hang the shark up, they're pulling out the license plate and stuff. That's what this is. So a shark and it hangs upside down on a platform. You know, the catch of the day kind of thing. These are more supplies for like a merchant, a sea-selling merchant, that kind of thing. Guys, there's so much stuff. I don't know, this is like a butcher-like figure. Again, I mean, I have villagers. I already have multiple racks of villagers, and I've just got a whole lot more. Here's a bed with a headboard. Also cool. Keep on saying it's so cool over and over again. I just can't describe it. This looks like a drowned assassin figure. That's what I could use them for, or make some monster myself. You know, I mean, you can make the pirates from, you know, the Caribbean, the Black Pearl cursed pirates. So yeah, awesome. Tabaxi pirates. So nautical tabaxi. You know, there's a whole bunch of stuff. The Reaper bones. It's crazy. Here's a captain-like figure. Again, we're gonna go through and paint this stuff, you know, as time goes on. Definitely this week we're gonna start painting stuff. Like I said, I'm not showing everything just because some of it's downstairs it's already got a coat of primer on it. I'm very excited to be able to share this stuff with you guys. I mean, I've only been waiting for 2 years, like literally for it, right? And Reaper, as soon as you announce, you know, Bones 6, I will wait another 2 years. I have no. I've been waiting for Game of Thrones for like 10 years. I have no problem waiting again. I'm still waiting for the last book of Name of the Wind. So this looks like to be, this bag's all skeletal pirates or undead pirates. So, well, this guy's got flesh on him. So again, a lot of nautical crew members. This is something I didn't have before. Another one of those drowned, like, his body's all like, come on, focus. Focus. Yeah. He's got a skin problem. You know, he kind of needs, like, you know, probably a little bit of lotion. It rubs the lotion on its skin. I love it. There's a skeletal pirate sitting on a barrel drinking. These two skeletons, you know, standing side by side. Looks like singing a sea shanty as they drink. This dude's just... Alright, I gotta show this guy. This guy's kegging it. I'm opening this one up, because the plastic is just not... This dude's just straight up kegging it. Like, I mean, living his best life as a pirate or, you know, merchant or whatever. Come on. You know? Absolutely kegging it. That's just awesome. So yeah, guys, I mean, again, I know I didn't show everything. There's just, I mean, it's hundreds of miniatures. Some are literally gigantic. Like, I'm going to need to find a new place for them. Some are standard miniature size, but there's hundreds of them. I'm going to have to paint all of them. I mean, I'm thrilled. And I'm gonna share that with you guys. That's what we're gonna do on the channel a lot. I'm going to set up a day in the week on this schedule. So watch the scheduling. Give us a follow. Give us, you know, like, because we'll do a weekly painting video. And then if you can't catch it on Twitch, it's going to be up on YouTube as well. A lot of stuff, guys. I mean, you want to see what the box is that came in. This whole thing, I mean, you can see it's full. Like, it's a lot of stuff. Like, it's all miniature, and this is not light. Like, this is heavy. I mean, it's like 25 pounds of miniatures. And there was more that I could have gotten. They had a pirate ship that's like this big. But again, I already have a fleet of like 6 ships. So I couldn't rationalize. Also, I have 2 3D printers. Well, 4 print. Yeah, 2 Ender 3s for printing that kind of thing. That I bought into another Kickstarter a long time ago. From Printable Scenery, so I have all their ships that they came out with. And I mean, I've only printed 5 or 4 of them. And then I have 2 ships from my Blood and Plunder, that game. So I painted those for D&D. But yeah, I have a lot of ships. And, I mean, maybe I'll have to print like an actual dedicated, like a Black Pearl, like, ship. Because my other 2, the ones from Blood and Plunder, are very, like, British, historically correct. I do have an undead ship, so my undead characters... Well, I feel like I need a pirate ship now, right? That might be something we'll have to do. I'm still doing the Curse of Strahd stuff, so that's going to take a bit of the time. But we'll get into it as things progress, as things go on. But, I mean, that's kind of it right now, guys. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to come. So, again, give us a follow, give us a like, you know, subscribe to YouTube. I try to do this. We already do this every single week. We have the YouTube is, I mean, not YouTube. We stream on every Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. We stream on Saturdays at 10 o'clock every Saturday Eastern. And I'm going to look at when can we do another stream in the week as well to do painting. I don't want to say tutorial, but, you know, paint with JP. I don't know. We can make it like Bob Ross. I'll get a wig, you know, fro, because there's no way that is ever turning into a fro, because I military high and tight since I was in 5th grade. Since I was in the army, it's gonna be the same forever. Yeah, but you know, maybe I'll get a wig. You know, paint here, happy little paint. We're gonna paint our happy little pirates. It's gonna be a good time, guys. Talk all mellow. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. I will look into my schedule when I can do that. Sundays are not. I mean, I don't know if Sunday will work just because I do D&D on Sundays. I'm off Mondays, which I already had the live stream. I work on Saturday because I'm a supervisor. So I literally do the live stream directly after work, and then I work second shift, so I am a zombie. I go to bed at like 2 or 3 in the morning, but I don't wake up until 10 or 11. So we'll have to probably look at, on this day, I'll, you know, do something in the morning, something like that. So I'll take a look at it. Maybe Monday we'll do a live stream in the morning, and then a live stream in the evening, and, you know, something like that. I will figure that out. And then as always, I do gaming throughout whenever. Just I'm not going to announce just because I don't have a fixed time. It's when do I have free to do gaming? I want to be free all the time to do gaming, but I gotta work. I got things, you know, I got bills to pay. Working pays for miniatures. Miniatures makes me happy. Makes you happy. It's all. So yeah. But thanks again for joining us, guys. I greatly appreciate you guys all hanging out with us. And I will see you guys in the next one. Be safe out there, and more live streams to come in the very near future, painting stuff. I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Again, JP from Leprechaun Fantasy Workshop. Give us a follow if you want to see more. Signing off.